Sorry I'm running a few minutes late. I had some technical difficulties. How is everybody doing today? We are going to learn some really interesting stuff. All right. All right, so if you're watching this right now live, please comment with a hashtag live. If you're watching it as a replay, please comment with hashtag replay. Do you have my thing up?
Getting there.
I am broadcasting to several places right now, so I'm trying to figure out how to see all of the comments.
I'll let you know if you get comments.
Okay, are you looking at all of them?
I've got 2 of them up. Do you have one on YouTube too?
Nah, oh yeah, but I don't know that it works. Okay. I'll open up this chat bubble, maybe there's more in here. All right.
Alright, just start streaming, don't worry about the comments.
All right. It's only got one chat anyways. Okay. All right. So hello to everyone who's come in. What is your current stance on plant-based versus carnivore?
You're not sharing your screen.
It's fine.
Okay.
Carnivore is an extreme end of it. It also kind of means just meat-heavy diets, your keto diet, a otherwise very low-carb diet. So we will be looking into both ends of the spectrum, and hopefully with that you'll be able to form your opinion about how many plants versus animal products you want to eat. All right, what you're going to learn today is the benefits and drawbacks of plant-based eating, the benefits and drawbacks of a carnivore diet or other carbohydrate adverse diets, and then why food rules make healthy living difficult and the more effective alternatives. All right. I'm going to reintroduce myself to a lot of my Facebook friends here. My name is Caitlin Havener. I am a parent of 4 kids living in the Oviedo area. I am a certified nutrition coach with Precision Nutrition. I also have been a healthy recipe blogger for over a year. And I'm a recent corporate dropout from the tech space. So I'm living what I'm passionate about, and I want to help people. So I was inspired to get into nutrition by my own transformation. I lost over 50 pounds. Gosh, how many? In 2016. And I adopted a healthy lifestyle, so I was able to retain most of that weight loss. Having been on the other side of things where I was a lot heavier and dealing with some health issues, I know where many of you, and I'm not saying all of you, many of you may be right now. It's my mission to help improve your life the way I improved mine. So I understand. All right. Now, if you stay until the end, I'm going to send you my 3-day plant-focused meal plan. So again, please stay until the end. And this presentation is going to help you skip some pitfalls. I've made many mistakes when it comes to dieting over the years. I've liked to experiment on myself and see how things work. A lot of that is just kind of being obsessed with the topic. Also, I just, want to be the best I can be at all times. So I've tried one extreme, like keto, super low carb, to 100% fully plant-based. So I was like 98% plant-based from January to, I don't know, I think it was a few months ago. I always thought there had to be a straightforward answer. Is plant-based the right way to go, or is paleo the right way to go? So I kept experimenting with diets and digging for knowledge, which, as some of you probably know, is hard to get credible information because there's a ton of fake news out there. So it's taken me a while to understand that some places that might look credible on the internet might not actually be all that credible, or people have biases, strong biases, that they will report studies that support their biases. So I've had to learn how to deal with that fake news, and I can help you skip all of that. All right, so are you ready to figure out where you stand? Please comment yes or no, or let me know where you're at. I want to hear some opinions. If you are fully plant-based and love it, please let us know. If you're a meat lover, please let us know. We want to know what your stance is now before we go into the presentation. So, am I getting anything? Nope. Okay. All right, so I'm going to switch to a presentation that I have here. Forgot to get my screen going again. Give me 1 second.
You got it.
Hey Candy, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. Candy's been reading some books on plant-based and how that can help with diabetes. That's awesome. I love it when people are educating themselves on nutrition. Here we go. Here's my screen. It's over my face right now, so let's fix it. Okay. All right, here we go. Plant-based versus carnivore. Let's see who wins. All right, so one big case for eating meats is that plant sources are an incomplete amino acid profile. Meat is a complete source of amino acids, so you don't necessarily need as much of a variety of meats to complete that profile. And an amino acid profile, let me back up a second. amino acids are the building blocks that make up protein, and your body needs protein to produce tissue in your body, to retain muscle mass and gain muscle. And animal proteins are a better source for all of those building blocks, those amino acids. However, there is protein in lots of plant foods, such as beans, complex carbs, and even some veggies. Broccoli has protein in it. However, those proteins don't have a complete profile of amino acids. So you would want to mix a lot of those up and make sure you're getting enough. And we'll expand on that here in a second. All right, so what's the verdict on protein? It is challenging to meet your protein needs being fully plant-based, unless you eat a variety of sources of plant protein at pretty much every meal. It's less challenging for the average person, somebody who's not an athlete, to get that protein. It's not as hard. But it's definitely more challenging for athletes and retaining muscle as we age. This doesn't make plant-based a bad thing at all. It just means that you got to do it a little more carefully. Because with the American diet, which is not healthy, but we get plenty of animal protein, most of us, even more than we need. All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about environmental impact. So raising animals for food requires a lot of resources. They've got to cut down wood to get more land for the animals. There's some water needs, etc. There are a lot of resources that it takes to raise animals. Animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse gases than all the transportation systems combined. So if you look at that chart on the bottom left, I could only fit in a few, so I went with the ones that emit the most emissions. So as you can see, poultry, pork, and dairy are, the production of that does reduce, production of that does create greenhouse emissions, but beef, lamb, and goat are at the higher end there. And then on the side of the carnivore, he says eating small, low on the food chain, like fish and mollusks, does pose a similar impact, such as a 100% plant-only diet. You can see the comparison there in the chart on the bottom right. This is also greenhouse emissions per gram of protein. And as you can see, eggs and fish are alongside nuts and rice and beans on there, as well as the other ones listed. So what is the verdict on environmental preservation? So you can do a few things as a meat eater to reduce the environmental impact. You can limit your meat intake, and some suggest limiting it to once a day, but as much as you limit it, the better impact you have. So it's always great to try some more meatless meals, but you don't necessarily need to give up all meat to protect the environment. If you do choose to eat meat, choose sustainably raised meat. That is your free-range, grass-eating, not factory-farmed animals. Also, eating more meals at home is good for the environment because there is less packaging and waste. which also affects the environment. And the meat can be a double whammy because it affects the greenhouse gases as well when it's sitting in a landfill and rotting. So you want to try to slash your food waste. All right, hormones and antibiotics. So, unfortunately, farm-raised meat is saturated with, actually, I meant to put factory. Oops. Factory-raised. There's a big difference. All right. Factory-raised meat is saturated with hormones and antibiotics. And as you can see, the carnivore lion over here says, okay, then I'll eat grass-fed free-range stuff. So that is a way you can significantly reduce a lot of issues. The hormones and antibiotics, you're helping the environment. It's healthier overall for you and for everyone to eat grass-fed free-range animal products. As I said, grass-fed and free-range don't contain hormones or antibiotics, and buying these local is usually best because then you're reducing the resources it takes to transport meat as well. And if you're getting it local, there might be a higher chance that you're getting it grass-fed and free-range versus the meats at the store. The unfortunate thing is that in my experience, grass-fed free-range animal products are much more expensive than factory-raised animals. So that's a little bit of a downside there. But you can counter that by eating more meatless meals. That's one thing. I've got a child about to knock on the door. I can see one of them. All right, disease risk. As you can see on the right, I don't really have any argument for the carnivore. There's been over 100 published studies that show a link between meat and cancer. And that's why a lot of people are going plant-based right now, because they know somebody that got cancer, or know somebody that maybe got a lot better from switching to plants, because fruits, vegetables, and legumes, that's nature's natural medicine cabinet. So eating more of that will reduce your cancer risk. There's also compelling evidence that there's carcinogens or cancer-causing compounds that are in processed meat. So your Slim Jim, your deli meat, your canned tuna, and other processed meats. They may have carcinogens. So what's my verdict on disease? So people who consume meat tend to have a higher risk of disease because they don't eat other healthy things, at least a lot of them. You don't want meat and cheese to replace your intake of fruits and veggies and other stuff that's really healthy and full of nutrients that meat does not have. Also, increasing your intake of fiber, fruits, and vegetables has protective effects against cancer, specifically stomach and colon. So another argument for a well-rounded diet of a little bit of meat and lots of fruits and vegetables. All right, now I can't skip the animal welfare. There's a difference between plant-based and vegan in that plant-based is less about the ethics of animal welfare and more about your health and the environment. But I think it's worth mentioning here because it is true that factory farming is the main cause of animal suffering and abuse. The lion over here is saying, he will eat sustainably sourced meat. He's going to have a very expensive grocery bill, I think. All right, and my verdict. Animals are indeed mistreated, and if that's a cause you care about, I'm sure that you take that into consideration. However, we can reduce occurrences of animal mistreatment by choosing sustainable meat and dairy sources. Again, choosing sustainable meat and dairy sources is all around much better for you, for the environment, for animals, etc. All right, nutrients. All right, so I'm going to start with the right side here. There are a lot of wonderful nutrients that are in meat that are not in plant foods or are less digestible, lack of a better word right now, in plant foods. So meat, poultry, and fish come packed with several nutrients, including protein, B vitamins, iron, zinc, and more. Plants often contain much lower of these nutrients. Readily absorbed, that's the phrase I was looking for. Iron and zinc animal sources are more readily absorbed. So you'll get that iron and zinc retained in your body a lot more easily than if you were to get iron from spinach, for example. However, spinach is a superfood, so don't eliminate that in place of a steak. On the plant-based side, the elephant says, we can get those nutrients, we just have to work harder to get them and or take a supplement. So in the 7 months that I was plant-based, I was taking multivitamin and a B supplement and also a D supplement because I just seem to be low on that regardless of what I eat. So you just have to be more careful. They say B12 used to be in our water, but because we sanitize the water, it's not there anymore. B12 comes from, vitamins instead to get the iron and zinc. Well, I think you just need to find sources of iron and zinc in plant foods and make sure that you eat a lot of them. A multivitamin is a great supplement, not it shouldn't be your primary source of zinc and iron, but it's a good way to round out your nutrients and make sure that you're not missing anything. And I'd say a high quality multivitamin, so you would want to look for a whole food vitamin. And sorry, that was to answer Candy's question of take vitamins instead to get the iron and zinc. All right, and then fruits, vegetables, and legumes are highly nutritious, containing vitamins and minerals that meat doesn't have at all. So meat is definitely lacking in tons of different other vitamins like and nutrients such as antioxidants and probably, I think, vitamin A and C, several vitamins. And I'm thinking of something else, but I forget the word right now. But anyways, there's a lot of nutrients that are in fruits and vegetables that are not in meat. So what is the verdict? Eating a little bit of everything, actually a lot of fruits, vegetables, and legumes with a little bit of meat, allows you to get everything you need easily. It's not impossible to fulfill these needs with a fully plant-based diet, but you will need to supplement, especially the B12, because you're not getting that anywhere unless you're eating fortified food and or taking a supplement. So when I was plant-based, I took a sublingual vitamin B12 supplement, but I also noticed that some vegetarian foods were fortified with it. So, for example, nutritional yeast that I used to, put on my popcorn and use as a cheese supplement on other things was fortified with B12. All right, so those are all the topics that our carnivore lion and our plant-based elephant were debating. And in truth, I think that I land somewhere in the middle, but leaning toward plants a little bit, which is why I consider myself plant preferred. I like to try to get as many plant-based, whole food plant-based proteins, as well as I've incorporated some meat back into my diet lately. And I emphasize whole food because I would not necessarily say that Beyond Burger is healthier than a burger. There's not a huge difference there unless you have a lean meat burger, and I would say that one wins. You always want to try to avoid as much processed anything as you can. So even your processed fake cheese is not great for you. However, you can get away with some of that in small amounts. All right. So also, I think many of you know that adhering to a strict diet with rules is really hard and typically short term. There's been studies that show that after a year of being on a restricted diet, weight loss tends to backslide. There's also been data that shows that a quick fix diet is more likely to be a temporary fix diet. Like I said, you're probably not going to adhere to those rules for a really long time. And the answer, though, is behavior change, lifestyle change. And that's one reason I really love the nutrition coaching I do and the weight loss program offering that I have, because what we do is we practice a new habit one at a time. So behavior change becomes easier over time. It's not a quick fix, lose 50 pounds in a month kind of thing. But then again, it's also not lose 50 pounds in a month and then gain 60 a few months after that. What's worked for me has been behavior change. And you don't have to be perfect, but your lifestyle should even out to eating more plants than animal foods, eating whole foods. The more it looks like the original plant or animal, the better, and getting regular exercise. So those things are important. All right. So that is my presentation. And I've got a few more things here. again, I was talking about my program and how it's habit-based. The results that you can get from my program are far surpass just the way you look when you lose weight. You could, if you're a parent, which is my target audience, you will be able to feel a ton more energy. That's one thing that I gained changing my lifestyle big time. I used to sleep 13 hours a day and I didn't want to play with my son. If you change your lifestyle, you're going to feel better, you're going to have so much more energy, you'll be combating depression, because that's something that I had as well. So you'll be able to run around with your kids and wear a nice dress to a hot date. That's kind of just a plus. That's not the... a huge thing is that you will be an excellent role model for your children, because the way you eat is pretty much the biggest determinant of how your children will eat. So that's a really important one. And there's some skills that you'll be able to gain in preparing healthy meals in spite of a busy schedule. That's something I try to focus on, is helping people fit this into their busy lives, because we're all super busy, and I don't want a healthy lifestyle to be so daunting. And a big one that I can't miss mentioning is that when you go through my program, it will help you overcome and prevent a lot of health issues by changing your lifestyle to a happier one. So the hyperthyroid problems, I know tons of people have thyroid problems, that will most likely be reduced or gone or go away. Back pain, heart disease, there's so many different things that you are improving by improving your health. Candy says, good job. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. But how is my program different from anything else? So, there's a lot of things. The base of my program is based off of a very well-respected company's program, the ones I got certified with. So they're Precision Nutrition. They've worked with over 100,000 clients personally, and they've seen massive results with those people. What's different about that program is that they make it a whole lot easier with portioning using your hand. So you can take that with you everywhere you go. You know, you don't have to bring a measuring cup or scale to the restaurant. They're also flexible to any type of diet that you might want to follow. So if you are fully plant-based, I totally support that. Or if you prefer to eat high-fat, low-carb, I can tailor your plan to that. And if you just eat everything, we have the basic everything plan, and there's a baseline there, but we will look into, we'll watch your data, and if you're not doing so well with, all the food, you start realizing that you're crashing a lot because of carbs, even complex carbs. We can kind of tailor your plan. If you're not losing weight as fast as you'd like, we can take some fat or carb away. So it's highly customizable. But on the side of working with me personally, I have a lot of experience with plant-based eating. I now am plant prefer. I came up with that because I do favor plant-based foods, but I still eat animal foods. So I guess I'm more of a flexitarian. My program does not prohibit or discourage you from eating meat. Cheese you'll probably eat in a lot less of an amount because it's high in saturated fat, but not because it's an animal product. I also, as a busy parent of 4, I understand the challenges that you encounter adopting a healthy lifestyle. You've got to please everyone in the family, you never have any time, etc. There's a ton of them. So those are issues I understand and that I cater to in my exclusive Facebook groups that you will be placed in if you do my program. Okay. One second. All right. So, what does this program include? I will coach you to form healthy habits that are hopefully become lifelong habits. Plan and prepare whole food meals with a busy schedule. And one of the more important things is provide accountability. So there's a check-in every day, and since we're busy parents, I won't give you a hard time if you don't check in every single day. But I do want you to check in a few times a week, and really it's just opening an app and putting 1 to 5, how did today go? And giving me some feedback. I also have a means to see what you're eating and how you feel, so I can get to know you better and be able to help you the best way I can. All right. So it also includes the Pro Coach software that's been proven with over 100,000 clients, the exclusive accountability Facebook group where you can collaborate with other people, and I'll be checking in on you. And then you get customized coaching, consistent communication, and I do a lot of live group chats to check in with you, and I love to cook, so that's another edge that I have. So anyone who doesn't know how to cook, I do lives of some cooking techniques, so that's another thing. All right, so I would hope I know my program would help with some of the frustrations you're probably having with trying to live a healthy lifestyle. I can help you learn how to cook, source your whole foods more quickly and easily. I can help you figure out how to get your significant other and children to eat vegetables, because I have somehow gotten mine to eat some vegetables. They still resist quite a bit, but they're getting better. So, all right. So what will your life look like after my program? And I'm going to try to, I know I'm going on and on here, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. But I do want to say hi to everybody. Hello, Lisa. Hello, David and Jenny. Jenny's my neighbor. And Paula. Hope everybody's doing well. So what life can look like after, it kind of goes into what I was saying before. You'll be able to run around with your kids and go on a fancy date with a smaller, nice dress. Reduce your risk of disease. And how do you purchase my weight loss program or my one-on-one coaching? if you go to transcendweightloss.com, and that's all over my timeline if you don't know how to spell that. Transcend weight. Look here, you know what? I'm going to add it on the screen. Make it super easy. Where's this? Where's the text? Text thing. There we go. All right. Transcend weight loss. Whoop. Okay. How do I get out of this window? Save. Okay. All right. So that's where you go to purchase the program. I'm starting my next one January 11th. So you should take advantage of this excitement of the new year, especially kicking 2020 to the curb. If you gained your COVID-15 or COVID-19 in weight, we can work on that. If you're worried about your immunity, as far as not doing well with catching illnesses, that's something that we will work on as well. Another offer that I have for you, if you purchase today, I am doing a deal where if you sign up, a friend of yours or your significant other can sign up with a 25% discount. I'm going to have to send that code to you. So let me know if you sign up and you would like a friend to come. Or come, do the program. All right, so anyways, what is the worst thing that can happen if you don't do my program and adopt a healthier lifestyle? I can't really think of something bad that would happen. You might develop sicknesses and other things like that. You might lose a lot more weight or gain a lot more weight than you're comfortable with. You might set a bad example for your family. So that's the worst things that can happen if you don't sign up for my program. So again, if you want to purchase today, I've got a buy one, get one at 25% off. Go to that web address there at the bottom, transcendweightloss.com. All right, so you've stayed to about the end, if you're still here. If you are interested in me sending my 3-day plant-focused meal plan, comment now. Yes. My fiance wants it. All right. I would love to send you this plant-based meal plan. So if you're watching the replay as well, just shoot me a message or comment. Actually, please comment. It helps me for you to comment in the chat box. So let me know if you want. All right, Candy, you're getting it. If you want that 3-day plant-focused plan. Does anybody have any questions as of right now? You know what, I'll keep looking at it to see. So I want you to be my next success story. I truly want to help you. it's just something I really care about because I transformed my life so much. And I hate to see other people experiencing the potential depression, anxiety, lack of energy, thyroid issues. Man, I could probably come up with a ton, etc. That many people experience if they're not living their healthiest lifestyle. So let me make you my success story. I can't wait to work with you. So again, go to transcendweightloss.com and sign up today, and I will send you a discount code for a friend or your significant other. All right. So, thank you everyone for attending. Again, if you are watching live, comment #live. This helps me with the algorithm. And if you're watching a replay, #replay. And I look forward to talking to you soon. And if you have any questions, you can comment it here and I will answer it, or you can message me on Facebook, and I am more than happy to answer any questions you have. All right, everyone, I hope you have a safe and awesome New Year's Eve. Let's kick 2020 to the curb and hop into 2021 healthy, happy, and just a better person.